Welcome back to the RC Guru YouTube channel. Today we're gonna do a little install and review on some Drav Shocks. 115 mil because of the extra long rod ends, blue anodization, 50 weight oil in them because I want them to move super slow. And they're gonna go on my Clodbuster. My Clodbuster, we haven't done a show and tell yet on this because it's not finished. See? But we're gonna take the top off, and if you can see something in there, you can see something. That's okay. It's all right. If you notice, there's some rock jock axles here. They got a place to go. I gotta take the leaf hangers off them. I'll put the rock jocks on this. I'm already saying too much. Okay, so if you'll see, I went just a little bit ahead and got the mounted up front. Now this is a full custom chassis, so you're gonna ask yourself, like, how are the pockets so deep in that? I've never seen that. Not even a Vanquish, who has a very strange frame, looks like that. Well, this is a frame. It's a boxed frame until right here, and then it's all tube, all raised tube, and it's beautiful. So let's get the shocks sewn on. I got the front two done last night, just temporarily. Let's get the back one done. You guys come along with me while we steal the show. Where'd that other thing go to? Oh well, be found later, I guess. Okay, rear shocks. What are you guys looking at? Okay, so there. Yeah, whatever. Now, it is what it is. It's all 2 mil hardware. I changed to the 2.5 mil there. But anyway, so these shocks are called an emulsion type shock. And what an emulsion type shock is the oil goes up to the top, and then there's a rubber bladder that goes over the top. It's just a rubber cap, and it leaves an air pocket in this top cap right here. So then you screw everything on, and when you pull that down, the rubber comes down with it, it expands, and then when it rebounds, it has an air pocket. So it's always bouncing on the air, the emulsion of air, emulsification. Best thing for these is to fill them up and let all the air bubbles get to the top. Set your rubbers on top of them till they kind of get, I don't know, you set them on top, and then it seems to settle them in there. Don't get them too covered in oil, because then they just won't work. Don't get oil on the back. And then put this cover on tight, and whenever you do it, push that up, hold the body, and tighten that until the end, and then it'll pop right up. And if it sticks at any point of its up and down travel, rebound, or whatever, then there's an air bubble, or the top rubber's not right, or it's leaking air. These are not supposed to leak any oil. I filled these up about a month ago and had them set up, and no oil. I put them in a bag, and there's no oil inside the bag. So that's great. So with these shocks up and down, you can run them pretty well any way you want. You can run them upside down or whatever. So I think for the back ones, I'm going to run them upside down, so you'll get to see more of the actual shock. You get to see more of the blue, but it just looked better. And it just, people say, oh, it moves the weight down a little bit lower. I mean, how much does a jock weigh? Do I need to get the scale out? It's in the grams. So, I'm going to do this for aesthetics. Putting the shocks facing downward. It doesn't change the way they function in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, it's just aesthetics. So then, now, so it still has all its movement. And when it's resting, you'll see that instead of that. So throw this other one in. You guys get to look right at the back this time. I got a decent angle that I can work on. You guys can see what's going on. All the scale stuff. You see the red in the back? It's one of my favorite trucks. This cage was built by a fella. He doesn't do cage buggies anymore, but his name's Matt, and he used to make things called the Zillas. And this is a Matt Zilla chassis, and Matt would always, his signature is the flat plating. It would usually say MZ in the back, but he used to first like CNC cut plating and then braze it in, and yeah. And so we do the next one, the next shock. How's this one? Good. And these have light springs, like not firm, not medium, but light. Soft, I guess you would also call them. The truck's not that heavy, but it still has a full interior. It's full caged. It's not light, but it's no carbon fiber. Truggy. Okay. So there's 4 of them installed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna prep the axles and get them ready to throw on, and then I'll bring you right back. But you probably don't want me to see me fiddling with axles. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But I'll get the Vanquish axles ready. By taking off the leaf mounts. And we'll go back to 3-link and 4-link in the rear. And then I'll bring you back. Alright, we got a little update. Front's installed. See what I mean about the blue? Nice. And then in the back, that's all you see is the blue. So the springs are up top. Nice and slow. Cool. And then I'll give you another update once I get the steering link and the tires thrown on. Alright guys, welcome back for the final time. I still got a lot of 4mm nuts to put on everything, but the screws and everything, they're all set into place. I got the drive shaft shuffled around. This whole side of the desk is just a mess. It's a mess back there. But this thing's turning out to be a beauty. Those wheels. OMF Phase 5 rings. Drav shocks. All scale hardware. Those are KMC tanks. OMF Phase 5 rings. I'll do a full show and tell on this truck another time, but as of right now, she gets this ruler 6 inches, so it'll go. It does 6 inches on every corner for flex, no problem at all. See how slow it came down? That's about 6.5 in the back. And come down nice and slow. Beautiful. Alright, let's take you off. Here. I'll show you what I mean. Ooh, that was rough. Now we're to it. There we are. So that's our installation of our Vanquish rock jocks, our Drav techs. Like and subscribe. And there's always more where that came.